Welcome. We don't have another quarter-inch cord.
There it is.
Welcome. One, two. 1, 2.
1 2 1 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Can
Loud
you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio and our celebration of Black Earth Day. We are here at Genesee Park. The weather has cooperated. There are booths, there are people, there is food, there will be speakers, there is live music, and we are celebrating our connection to the earth along with recognizing environmental justice and climate justice. What does that mean? What does that look like? Well, you're going to about that today. And for the entire week on Rainier Avenue Radio, we do Earth Deserves More Than a Day, which is a week-long celebration, panel discussions, films, field trips, workshops, lectures, all about environmental justice. And from the Port Commissioner's Office, I have Toshiko Hasakawa joining me. Toshiko, how are you?
Hi, Tony. I'm good. How are you?
Well, being from the port, I know that the environment and the climate are something that is directly related to where you are and what you do. So when I say environmental justice, climate justice, what does that mean to you? What bells does that set off for you?
I love that question because I think about that a lot as somebody who is from South Seattle, right? Who's from a historically redlined neighborhood where we can literally see the seaport from where we are. You look up into the sky and the planes are going right up ahead, but nobody's really thinking about what those job opportunities are, or really even what the impact of those carbon emissions and the output is, even how that's impacting their lives. But when you actually take a look at it, you realize that the folks who live in our communities who have proximity to the transportation systems, there are measurable outcomes in the way they're experiencing health disparities, incidents of asthma, incidents of cancer, infant mortality, like really, really difficult and real challenges. And it's our duty as a government to be able to address them, stop the harm, mitigate, and repair. And I think about that in the context of the Port of Seattle. And we have a duty not only to stop the harm and try to decarbonize the operation, and it has to go beyond connecting people from our communities to those job opportunities, right? You need to make sure that we are actually investing in the community's identified strategies to build that climate resiliency, green jobs, restorative projects, cleaning up the Duwamish River, mitigation. And a lot of that, Tony, we need money. to give it to our community members because they know what they need. They know that asphalt glazed parking lot that could be revamped into a beautiful green space. They know where they want to do the cleanup to turn it into a potential for a housing project, right? Communities know themselves best and they know where the opportunities are, and it's government's job to listen and be able to deliver.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. Environmental, and the word I add on to it is justice. Some folks would say even environmental racism, because of the things that you're talking about are most impactful to Black, Brown, Indigenous folks and folks who are poor. And this impacts and affects them. One of the things that you talked about were the planes going overhead. And if you're Black or Brown, you breathe 2 to 3 times worse air than someone who is white. And we have to be part of the conversation. Our voices have to be amplified, but we also have to be made aware of what's going on so that we can effectively advocate for ourselves. And we're living in a current time, and it's hard to take the politics out of this, but the current federal administration is rolling back some of the protections that safeguarded us against some of these environmental hazards. So it's very cool to hear you say government has a role in this.
And when you think about all of the things that Black and Brown communities have to deal with, on the hierarchy of needs, thinking about your right to green space, thinking about your right to clean air or drinkable water, it's not high on the hierarchy of needs, right? You're thinking about making rent, you're thinking about being able to put food on the table or having a roof over the head, but everybody deserves to have the neighborhood amenities, such as open green space, right? Such as a safe place for our kids to be able to play. I got my 3 beautiful part Black babies out here running around frolicking in a field. It's covered in dandelions, if you can see it, and they're joyful. They're joyful, Tony. Like the difference it makes to be out in nature and just be in touch with your humanity. Our essence, our shared essence, is so transformational, in not just like on a high level what we call the livability of a community, but like the integral well-being of people. And that's why this event is so beautiful. It's bringing all our communities together in recognition of what has been a history of injustice in a historically redlined and marginalized neighborhood. And it's just everything that makes life good. It's everything that makes community like the essence of our resiliency, and to witness the Black joy in a group like this, it is so empowering.
We are here at Rainier Playfield at Genesee Park celebrating Black Earth Day. This is the kickoff for us of our week-long series of events, a summit called Earth Deserves More Than a Day. The weather has cooperated. It's beautiful. Again, there's food, there's ice cream, a lot of good things to do. You can get plants that you can plant here. My guest right now is Toshiko Hasagawa, Port Commissioner. I want to talk some more about environmentalism, environmental and climate justice. But first, I want to give an opportunity for you to make folks aware of who you are, who may not know, and what this job of Port Commissioner is all about.
Absolutely. Well, I'm a 4th-generation Japanese American from the Beacon Hill neighborhood in South Seattle. Originally, my great-grandfather immigrated to the Central District for opportunity, but then the government froze his assets, seized his home, forcibly removed him, put him and his 4 kids behind barbed wire fences in American concentration camps. When my family got out, my grandfather bought a home. It was on that basis that he bought a home in Beacon Hill, was able to raise his kids there. My dad and my mom raised my sister and I there. And now we're raising our 2 beautiful babies there. I'm a mom. I've got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old.
All
I've
right.
got a husband. His name is Michael, and he's around here somewhere holding it down with the kids. And actually, they got 3 plants from over there.
Oh, okay.
So I know what I'm doing this afternoon during nap time. But I'm a product of the community that raised me. The reason why I'm here and it's still in Seattle after enduring mass incarceration of Japanese Americans, gentrification, and the ongoing affordability crisis, the reason I'm here is because people before me advocated.
Yeah.
They stood up, they spoke out for fairness and for justice. So it's my job to take that forth for our kids, right?
Mhm.
And I look around around this park here, and what I want, Tony, is for one day, if they so choose, for our children to be able to make their home here and
Mhm.
give back to the community that's giving to them. Because everyone should get to afford to live in the place that they call home.
Mhm.
And right now, that's just not the reality. People are actively pushed out. On the macro level, for this neighborhood, for District 2, it would tell a rosy story, right? The average median income has gone up. We've grown in population density, whatever you want to call it. But for the Black community specifically, when you disaggregate that data, it tells a very, very different and very, very difficult story where we have failed meeting the needs of Black people and by and large working class people, again, who are getting pushed out. And so I think that these moments, things are getting harder.
Mhm.
They are bleak,
Mhm.
but these moments require us to ask, like, how do I give the best of myself to my community to meet the needs of this moment? So actually, I am now a candidate for King County Council District 2.
Okay.
This is the seat that was previously held by our executive, Gurmai Zahilai.
Mhm.
And the reason why I'm running for that, Tony, is because whereas the port is a special purpose government with a narrow scope, the county is a general purpose government.
Mhm.
And that's a place where I could stretch and flex all of my muscles to give the best of myself to my community, and I'm called to that. So I'm very proud to articulate an affirmative vision for what we want for our communities, and I think it's really like right in front of us.
Now, you mentioned your great grandfather and what happened and where he could live. And so, when I talk about environmental justice and part of that being the community that you live in, that goes back to institutionalized racism because there was this thing called redlining that prevented people from buying homes in certain communities. And the communities that folks could buy homes in, if you were a black, brown, um, were communities that were most likely to be impacted and affected by these things, like by the airport or by freeways and all of those areas, again, where your environment was impacted.
Your proximity to transportation hubs, and it's by design. And
Mhm.
when you realize, like, oh, you see these outcomes and it's sad and it's hard and we got to change it, but then you realize it was literally built that way on purpose
Mhm.
because this country has always hated and oppressed people of color, you get mad.
Yeah.
And it puts you in a position where you
Now, see,
start.
I'm going to say this is the part that scares some people when you talk about environmental justice. They go, oh, well, you don't have to bring that, but you do
You do.
have to bring it up.
Because it's by design, just like every other harmful aspect of our government. And you
Mhm.
realize our communities, the blueprint of our communities, were built in a harmful way that have never been adequately resourced. The infrastructure is an afterthought. There's an outcome because of that. And when we talk about environmental justice, we've gone to great lengths at the state level and at the local level, and now at the port, to be able to define environmental justice.
Mhm.
And it's beyond recognizing that we need to reduce our climate, our carbon emissions. It's beyond recognizing we want to connect people to those industry jobs. It's recognizing that there's a health impact that needs to be mitigated. And Mother Earth has the answers. She does.
Mhm.
And when we invest into canopy, when we invest into green spaces, when we clean our water and
Mhm.
our air, everyone is going to be better off for it.
Once again, you're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio. Toshiko, thank you for joining me. I want to give you a final opportunity to say something to those folks who are listening right now, and some folks may be watching on our social media, about why this is important. You know, people are very busy. The prices are rising. Gas is expensive. You've got childcare. You've got all these things that prohibit you and limit you in what you can do just trying to survive on a daily basis. So when you hear about the environment, you go, I just don't have to. Why is this important, and why is this something that everyone should pay attention to and make sure that your voice is part of this conversation?
I would say we can do so much more than survive. And there is so much hardship, and there are tremendous challenges and a lot of darkness, but there is also so much opportunity There are tremendous opportunities. We have new leadership at the county. We have new leadership at the city. We have new leadership at the state. And we have people who are awake and activated, willing to weigh in to build that future that we want. We can see it, and it's ours to claim. And by the way, I will say it's not just about the people, it's this planet that we all share. And like, I just think about the astronaut team that just came back. They did an orbit around the moon, and they looked back at Earth and they said, we want you to know how special you are, because you are the oasis in vast emptiness. And I'm just looking at this flyer here that we have from the event today, and you know what it says? It says Earth deserves more than just a day.
Yeah.
So let's give it the best we've got.
Well, all right. This is our Earth Deserves More Than a Day celebration. We said, why just do it on April 22nd? You know, there's way more to talk about and way more to learn and way more to do to limit this to just one day. So we started doing this Earth Week based on Earth Deserves More Than a Day. And we're kicking it off today at Black Earth Day. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. On Monday, we'll be going down to the Seattle Innovation Climate Hub for a field trip, taking 20 students with us to learn more about what they do there. Then on Tuesday, we're going to go to the Duwamish Longhouse and Cultural Center and taking a bunch of folks there to learn more about the Duwamish tribe, the impact that the Duwamish had as an industrialization and what it was to our city, and how it turned out to be the polluted Superfund site that it is now. And that will include not only a trip to the Duwamish Longhouse and lunch, but we're also going to take a walk on some pretty hollowed ground on the Duwamish River. Then Wednesday, a bunch of conversations. We've got youth from all over the state, Toshiko, joining us to talk about the impacts of environmental justice in the particular region of the state that they live in. Thursday's Film Day. We've got films from all over the world talking and showing documentary films about what's happening in different countries. Friday, we've got more panel discussions, and then we've got our closing ceremony with performances by cultural groups doing dances that are traditional to their ancestry that show the relationship to the earth. So it's an amazing week of festivities that we've got. I hope you can make it. Come by and see something. You know, everyone's more than welcome, and everything is free 99, free dollars. So thank you for what you do.
Amazing.
And thank you for joining us
Thank
here
you. Such a
on,
pleasure.
on
A
Rainier
joy.
Avenue Radio.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. You are
It's me, Tony B. Yes, we are here live at the Earth Deserves More Than a Day event right here at Genesee Park. Beautiful day out today. A lot of different booths here for a lot of different things. We'll see if we can get somebody to come over and talk to us. I'll share a little bit more information about what we've got going on here. All week long, we'll be celebrating Earth Week. And you don't even have to stop at a week. You can keep going. You can make it Earth Month. Matter of fact, you can make it every single day. It can be Earth Year. This is the only Earth that we have, and we need to take care of it because it takes such good care of us. So again, celebrating and sharing information, having discussions, having open conversation, providing you with the knowledge that you need to have about how you are impacted by what we're calling environmental justice. And you add the word justice on the end, and some people would even say environmental racism because of the impacts that it has on brown communities, on black communities, on indigenous communities, on poor communities. And that is why environmental justice and climate justice is more than just icebergs melting in Norway. Now, the impact of the climate obviously has an impact on where you live and what you do as well. So this is an opportunity to learn more about all of these things. We're going to be streaming this information. You can come down and watch it for free down here at the Columbia City Theater, and we'll be happy to all right. Well, let me find Daniel. Good. Have a seat. And let me see if Daniel. Hey, Daniel.
He's standing
Oh, oh, okay. We're just having wonderful conversation. Thanks again to Toshiko Hasagawa for joining us, for Port Commissioner, and sharing her perspective on environmental justice and why it is so important. And is Michelle's mic on and everything? Michelle, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. I'm so happy and excited here to have an architect of this event, Black Earth Day, Michelle Merriweather, Executive Director of the Urban League. Michelle, congratulations. This how many years now is this?
This is our 5th anniversary.
This is the
yeah.
5th anniversary
Yeah.
of Black Earth Day. And this celebration is growing. It is so cool that the weather cooperated. I'm looking around at all these happy, smiling faces, frolicking in the grass, rolling around in the dandelions.
The babies, the people, the pets. It's beautiful. I
Well,
love that the sun participated today.
as I was talking to Toshiko, I said that we call it environmental justice.
Yeah.
Some folks call it environmentalism.
hmm
Some folks call it environmental racism.
Yeah.
Now, I understand why there may be differences.
Sure.
As long as the cause is let's protect the earth.
That's right.
But we say environmental justice for a reason. For you, why is it, or is it environmental justice?
Yeah, it is. It is. This is about justice. I will say, a few years ago, I was probably like 10 years ago now. I attended an event that was talking about the environment and environmental justice, and it was shared with me then that the central area had less trees per square mile than any other space
Hmm.
in this city and in this region.
Yeah.
That's not by accident,
Now, the
right?
Central District, for those of you who may not know because of what the Central District is now, was historically the only
Right.
place where if you were black, brown,
That you were allowed
Asian, that you could live.
to purchase a home and
Yeah.
own a home.
Mhm.
And so to hear that we were not only forced to live in a specific area, we were not provided the health resources that trees and nature bring to our bodies. So when you think about environmental justice, that is health justice that lends itself to our social determinants of health. That is the water, that is the air we breathe. It is all impacted. So yeah, this is about justice. This is about all of us caring for the earth and ensuring that those that have been um, separated from justice of all kinds are now getting what is due to us as a people, due to us as a community, and caring for this planet as we're supposed to.
Why is it important that all voices
Yeah,
are heard, all voices have the ability to be amplified in this
yeah.
discussion about environmental justice?
Because this impacts us all. This impacts our future generations. What we do and how we treat this earth and what we put in the earth and what we put in what we breathe impacts our next generation, and how we see ourselves on this earth matters. That and in order for it to have the outcomes that we need, we all have to have a voice in it and take ownership of it. It is not someone else's responsibility. It is ours. It is not someone else's decision. It is ours. We all have to have a hand in as a caretaker of this earth. And for so long, we have been mandated to what has been handed to us, what has been given to us, and now we're saying no more. This is our earth. This is our planet. We share it, and we're gonna take responsibility for it and have a say and a voice in how we care for it from this point on. I also say that um, uh, our people were the first to walk this earth. This is this is our earth. We are the original caretakers of this earth. If you go back to the birth of civilization, it was us.
Mhm.
And so this just feels right, right? We are returning to our place as the caretakers of our earth. Now, I'm not taking this responsibility away from anybody. This belongs to all of us. But as the original caretakers of this earth, this event just has so much. This week has so much meaning. Like we are returning to what our ancestors led and started. We are the caretakers of this earth.
We are here live at Black Earth Day, created,
Yeah.
founded, and presented by the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle. This fifth year celebration is here at Genesee Playfield. You still got time to come on down. We'll see if we can get some shots of all the activities and all the booths going on around here. Michelle, I'm going to ask you about who else is here
Yeah.
as well. But again, this for us, Rainier Avenue Radio, is the kickoff for our Earth Deserves More Than a Day week-long celebration of environmental justice and climate justice. We've got activities, events, workshops, panel discussions, films, performances
Mm.
all week long, and it's all free. 99
Free
free
99.
dollars. We just want you to come down, participate, learn more, connect. And if you have anything to say, your voice will be amplified as well, because these things impact you. And, you know, there are folks who don't understand that if you're in a situation where if you're in a home that has lead in it,
Mm.
the impact that that has. There are folks that who are unaware that born, we're not predesignated to be asthmatic. There are things that are in our environment that are causing that to happen. So, having said that, Michelle, I want to ask you a few more Earth Day questions. And by the way, this entire Earth Deserves More Than a Day week long celebration is powered by the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle, sponsored by King County. So thank you, Michelle.
Amen.
I want to ask you a few questions about the Urban League. For
Yes.
folks who may not know who the Urban League is,
Yeah.
what you do, share some information with us about the Urban League and what
Yeah.
you do.
Well, the Urban League started in this region 96 years ago to create a pathway to economic mobility and self-sufficiency for Black folks. We still do that 96 years later through direct services and affordable housing, education, workforce development, um, among other programming. But we also do that through advocacy and education programming around the social determinants of health and public health programming and advocacy and civic engagement, meaning the events like we have today and Black Earth Day and Earth Deserves More Than a Day, the Black Earth Week, and other programming. We also see ourselves now as conveners and bringing our community together to solve our most pressing issues and challenges. So Black Earth Day is just not about the Urban League. The county is here, other service providers, because we are not competing against each other. We're a collective.
Yes.
We are now building that ecosystem of care. Well, I think continuing the ecosystem of care, because we didn't start this.
Mhm.
Our ancestors and others started this. The Black Church and Black-led organizations. We're just continuing that legacy of caring for each other and bringing each other together. So the Urban League is about where you are and getting you to where you want to be it home ownership, educational attainment, small business supports, and the list goes on. It's about economic mobility and self-sufficiency.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about some of the folks who are here participating.
Yes.
Because as you mentioned, this is a collective. It's not something that you can
Absolutely.
nor do you want to do by yourself. And we've got a number of different booths here where folks can
Yeah.
gain information or get food or get ice cream. There's even plants. I see some more folks. I've
Yeah.
been watching folks come by with the plants that they're going to get the plant. Share with us who's here.
Oh
And
my
for those who are
God.
at home watching right now and going, hey, wait a minute, what you will see when you get down here and you come on down,
Yeah.
and what's available to you. Who's all here with us?
Oh my goodness. Now that you're testing my knowledge now.
Because
Well,
there are booths all
there are
over the
booths
place,
all
and then there are
over.
folks at all of these booths.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the plants are out in the mud gardens. They support folks in building home gardens or um, community gardens. And so they're out here today helping people get started. So they have indoor plants and outdoor plants and are helping you and teaching you how to pot them and care for them.
Mhm.
And that was beautiful. I do not have a green thumb, but they walked me through how to care for my plant and using that care for that plant for as a way to check in with myself as well. So
Mhm.
I appreciate that. Out of the Mud Gardens, we have braided seeds is here. The county is here. Um, there's some amazing food. Mo Vegan is here. We have some great Jamaican patties. There's spaces for the kids to play and
Mhm.
learn, fly kites, get face painting, and plant and play in the dirt as well. Put their hands in the dirt and have a
Mhm.
good time. Great music, just all kind of things are here for, and all of our Urban League team is here too to provide access to our resources too.
And it is important for folks to become aware and to understand that, again, this impacts all of us. And it's wonderful to be here and the weather cooperated. But there's another component to this as well, and that's policy.
Yes.
How important is the policy
Mm.
piece to, um, I'll just, environmental justice and climate justice?
Yeah. That's a great point. Um, we started this work as a service to community, certainly, and I say all the time that the Urban League does great programming. We help individuals and families get from where they are to where they want to be,
Mhm.
but we are limited by the resources that we are provided to do this work.
Mhm.
So if you are given a finite amount of money to do this work, we can spread it as far as we can, but that's where it stops.
Mhm.
In order to make the changes that we need to see at the scale we need them to be, it takes policy shifts,
Mhm.
and it takes our active voices and participation in those rooms in those policy discussions to make that change happen. So,
Mhm.
and that runs the board for from wherever you see yourself fit in.
Mhm.
So it can be just registering to vote and showing up to exercise that vote when the policy is on our ballot or the person is on our ballot. It can be, leaning in further, like Toshiko, to run for office and hold office and represent your community in all areas, from city council to the port to the judges.
Mhm.
All of it is about policy. The air we breathe,
Mhm.
the education that we receive or
Mhm.
lack thereof, how our young people are treated in the judicial system. That is all policy related.
Mhm.
So we have to show up in big numbers if we want to see shifts happen in policy, and that will allow us to get to where we need to be
Mhm.
faster,
Mhm.
more equitable. uh, we need to show up. We don't I think sometimes we forget that all of that is all of those things are decided by somebody, and that's
Mhm.
usually contingent on a vote, right? Like the education our children receive, how much time our kids or somebody who does something wrong sits in a jail,
Mhm.
the the parks, how many parks are in a
Mhm.
specific. All of that is contingent on somebody showing up to vote,
Mhm.
and we want to make sure that our voices are heard. So either you vote, you sign up somebody else to vote, you think about running or holding office yourself. Just be an active participant in that system, because it's all about policy. Everything.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm not going to drag you into a political conversation.
I'm ready.
I'll just say this, that our current federal administration is
Yeah.
rolling back a lot of the
Yes.
protections that we have for what I'll call, again, environmental justice
Hmm.
and climate justice. And of course, those who are going to be most impacted
Always.
by those policy revisions are going to be Black, Brown,
Yes.
Indigenous, and poor folks.
Yes.
Uh, so, what would you say to somebody who's going, well, they need to do something about this
Mm.
because I'm busy. I'm
Mm.
working and I've got kids,
Yeah.
and it's not fair, but I don't know what I can do.
Yeah.
It needs to change. I'm hearing this and I'm going, wow. I didn't know about all these things, and at the end of the day, it's taking years off of the lives of our
It's
community.
taking
What
years.
what would
Yeah.
you say to someone who's going, well, how do I do this? How do I engage? How do I get?
Hmm.
Does the Urban League have ways for folks who are saying, I
Yeah.
want to be involved.
Yeah.
I want to participate in this. This is for my children,
Yeah.
this earth, so that they can have the same quality of life on earth that I've had.
Yeah. Um, that's a big question. I often say my answer to that is usually start with what feels comfortable for you. Start, I'm not, I would not suspect anyone who is not already engaged to run. Usually those are the ones that we want to run though,
Mhm.
that have the care for our community, but, don't see themselves holding political office. Usually that's the one that needs to run. But do what's comfortable for you. Service takes all shapes and sizes and opportunities. So if it is sharing a quote or a tweet or something that you put out, Tony, that will educate somebody to take a stance or take some action, that is activation now, right?
Mhm.
Like sharing somebody's post or tweet that the Urban League, National Urban League, that you've posted, that's action. Giving somebody a ride to drop off their ballot, that's action. Coming to Earth Day, that's action.
Mhm.
Um, there's many ways to get involved to where you are comfortable. You don't have to move the world.
Okay.
Just take one step, right? And if you are not a registered voter, registering to vote and then showing up or turning in that ballot here in Washington State, that's action. Making a phone call to your legislator, representative, city councilman, mayor, to let them know about a pothole that got in your way on your way to work. That's action.
Mhm.
There's many ways to get involved. You just start with what is comfortable for you. I will also say action is making sure your neighbor is okay.
Mhm.
Checking on your neighbor, saying hello to the person that is forced to sleep on the street for whatever reason, giving them a bottle of water. There is many ways to be an active member of your community. You just start with what is comfortable for you.
All right. Thank you,
Yeah.
Michelle. Again, this is Rainier Avenue Radio. It's me, your host, Tony B. My guest is Michelle Merriweather of the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle. We are here live broadcasting from Genesee Park, Black Earth Day.
Black Earth Day.
And you can see this beautiful T-shirt that I have. We're going to try and get the artists over here and talk with the artists as well. Again, and I keep being asked about this, Michelle. So you can't get one of these today, right? Right? But I think I was told that maybe you guys will order a few because people can say, "Where can I get
I know
this
it's
T-shirt?"
beautiful. We did have them for the volunteers.
Yeah.
Yes, but we will. It's a popular shirt. I think we might have to make some more available to community.
Okay. Because I'm
It's,
I'm
it's
I'm
gorgeous.
I've been asked, and they
I
are
know.
looking at me like you need to come up
Come
with
up
an.
off that
uh,
shirt.
Again, this is the kickoff for us for our Earth Deserves More Than a Day week-long celebration. On Monday, we'll be going to the Seattle Climate Innovation Hub. We'll be taking a group of students down there to learn more about the work that they do. On Tuesday, we're going to be going to the Duwamish Longhouse Cultural Center, and we'll be having members of the tribe share their information with us about their journey and the Duwamish and ultimately what happened along with the industrialization that came to this city that polluted that river, that makes it at this point someplace where you can't eat the fish that are from that river. I've been told this, Michelle, that they don't even want you to step in the mud
Mm,
in that river. I mean, it's just that's this is I'm not making this up. This is real. And the Duwamish River is maybe 10 minutes away
hmm
from where we are right now. And then on Wednesday, we've got youth panels. We've got youth from colleges all over the state of Washington talking to us about how their particular region is impacted by environmentalism. Thursday's film day. We've got films from all over the world
Mm.
sharing their struggles with environmentalism. Films from Ghana, films from uh, 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 why am I thinking Brazil? Films from all over the place.
Oh wow.
On Friday, we've got more panel discussions and then performances. And Michelle, we've got performances from cultures that will be showcasing their dance and song that has survived generations, that shows their connection to the earth and why that was so
Beautiful.
important to them. So thank you so much for supporting this
It's an
and
honor.
helping us bring this to fruition. And it's all free. Everything is free.
Amen.
Everything is all free. So come on down, meet with folks who are academics, who are professionals, or who are residents just like you who just want to find out more information. Michelle, I want to give you the opportunity for final words here to say anything that you'd like to say to our audiences listening about Earth Day, about Black Earth Day, whatever you'd like to share with our audience.
Absolutely. First, thank you, Tony, for Earth Deserves More Than a Day, for taking this day and making it a week. And I hope that something that the folks pick up will turn it into a year, 2 years, a lifetime commitment to ensuring that this planet receives the care that it needs. We will be here till 3 o'clock today, so it is not too late. I hope folks come down and take up this beautiful sun that we have and are fortunate to have today. So thank you so much for having us, and I hope to see more folks out here today and throughout the week, and also next year in the 6th rendition of Black Earth Day.
Well, Mother Nature must be proud of you. She said, let it sun.
Thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Anybody you want to send our way, send them on over here
I
so that we
will.
can talk to them. And we'll be here and continue to broadcast. Come on down.
Yes.
I know some of you may not be able to, and thank you for watching. And some of you are watching literally from all over the world. This is how we get out.
Hey, people say it rains all the time in Seattle. They don't know. That is not true. That is not true.
Well, thank you for joining us. I know you got to go around and then do things and check on things. We appreciate you. We're going to keep broadcasting here. Once again, this is Tony D, live on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. This is our broadcast of Black Earth Day. We are at Genesee Park. It is beautiful. What's up, Mark Bryant? You're what? Oh, can you ask her to come over? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. That's Mark Bryant, who does our show Fitness Corner every Friday mornings at 11:30. 11:30. And Mark helps people get in shape who can't move around very well, Michelle. It's really interesting. Somehow he'll sit down in a chair and do exercises. And that way people can move and do what they need to do, by sitting down and being comfortable. Yeah, it's really a great show. And you might think to yourself, well, that's not going to get me in shape. Try it.
Maybe this gentleman from out of the mud garden, he's the one that helped me with my plant. The flower shirt right here.
Oh, right here.
Right here, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we can get him over here too.
Over here?
Yeah. You're listening to Rainier Avenue. I'm going to have to figure out how I can get me some ice cream. Or whatever that is over there that they have. But we're here and somebody's coming over right now and you just got ice cream. Right here.
How y'all doing?
Oh, okay. One second, but don't go anywhere. Okay, you put these on, and
How y'all doing today?
all right. I see you just got your snow cone,
Yes,
ice
sir.
cream, whatever. And I'm sorry to distract you from doing it. I won't keep you long because I want to go get me one too.
Oh, it's cool. I'm here till 3. Don't worry about it.
But out the mud.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about. Well, first let's start with this. Tell us who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Kyrie.
Okay.
I'm with Out the Mud Gardens, also ran by my wife, Deborah.
Okay.
We've been doing this since about 2020. So right when the pandemic started is when we started getting right into gardening and
Wow.
teach people how to garden from there. Yeah.
So out the mud. What is out the mud?
So it's funny because there's actually two things behind Out the Mud. One, you know how we like to say, you got from nothing, I got it out the mud, right? I didn't know anything about gardening whatsoever. My wife was the one that was into gardening. I kind of thought gardening was corny.
Mhm.
I'm thinking people don't look like me, don't garden, right? So I got into it. I go, no, I really, really like this. I love the connection that I have to the earth. So say I got out the mud. I started from no knowledge to now having plenty of knowledge. Also, another thing is, in the Bible, it says that we were created from the dust, and to the dust we shall return.
Mhm.
And we're also cursed to till the earth forever. So we're supposed to be good stewards of this earth. So we're out of the mud. We're created from the mud. We're supposed to till the mud. We're supposed to work with the mud, learn from the mud.
Mhm.
So it's just called Out the Mud Gardens.
All right.
So we call it gardens because we don't actually have our own garden space of our own. But what we do is actually we go establish garden spaces with whoever needs us.
Mhm.
Any green space, non-green space. If you want to put some plants there, we're going to make it happen.
All right. Well, thank
Yeah.
you for the work that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell us about why you're here and how you feel about being here at the 5th Black Earth Day.
Man, I love being here. I just love seeing black and brown bodies walking around everywhere and learning how to really just be connected to the earth again. So here out the mud, we're giving out plenty of plants. We have 400 plants we're giving out today.
Uh-huh.
That goes from house plants to veggies to herbs. We got tons of seeds, and they get to plant everything right with us. We just want people to feel connected to the earth again and also feel confident about growing anything you put your hands on.
Mhm.
You know how everyone says, I got a black thumb. I don't know how to grow anything, right?
Mhm.
That's a lie. We all have a green thumb. You just don't know how to use it yet.
Okay.
So we're going to give you the knowledge to do that. So that's what we like doing here. This is our 3rd year actually being with the Urban League, doing the Black Earth Day. And we've been doing the same thing every single year, giving out plants and giving out knowledge. We have tons of people today that came back and said, you made me feel good about taking care of this plant. I want to do more this year.
Mhm.
We get updates all the time, man. You know, it's real good to know that we taught somebody how to fish. So now they can fish for life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's Tyrese, correct?
Kyrie
Kyrie
with a K.
Kyrie.
Yes, sir.
Kyrie.
Yes,
Kyrie.
sir.
What's your last name, Kyrie?
McCoy.
McCoy.
Yes, sir.
And it's Out the Mud.
Out the Mud Gardens.
Out the Mud.
Yes, sir.
Is there a website or way that people can get in contact with you, social media, who might be like, wait, I want to find out more about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So on IG, you can find us at OTM or Out the Mud Gardens. Emails otmgardens2@gmail. And also you can just find us online at otmgardens.com.
Mhm.
Always get in touch with us. We do merch. We also just have a way for you to get connected with us. Ask us what you want to do, you know, and we'll just be able to work with you and get something started, you know, just like help you feel confident about taking care of yourself and taking care of the earth.
Now, folks are actually getting plants today
Yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir.
planting them
Yeah.
today. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have a station. So one station is where you can get the plant. The next station is the planting station.
Mhm.
We have a big bucket full of nice, fertile dirt.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell them how to properly take care of the plant while they're putting their hands in the dirt.
Mhm.
They need to have this connection, right?
Mhm.
You have to be able to not be afraid of getting dirty.
Mhm.
Have a connection with the plant you're going to be taking care of. Just like
Okay.
how your parent has to have the connection with you for you to feel well nourished.
Mhm.
Same exact thing with you and your plant.
Mhm.
So I want to talk them through it. All right, so you're going to do this to the plant. This is how you're going to water it. This is how you need to pay attention to it. These are signs that it's going to be disease, whatever it might be. Letting them know that this is how you are going to nurture this baby. This is now your baby.
Yeah.
Then once they're done with that, they actually go back to the other station where we have a raffle station. They're now going to regurgitate all the information I just gave them. They're going to tell that person, this is my plant. This is this kind of plant. This is how I'm going to take care of it. That gives them an opportunity to get into the raffle to possibly win hydroponic systems, which we have 20 today. They can possibly win, which is a great thing to grow your own food inside your house. Or they can win another free plant or other goods that we have. So
All right.
any opportunity for them to be able to regurgitate any type of information, a teach back opportunity allows it to be stuck into their brain.
Mhm.
So I want them to feel confident about taking care of that.
All
So
right.
this is a full hands-on experience here.
Kyrie, Out the Mud.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're doing here today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to let you get back to that. I know you
That's
got
your
it.
advice. Look good, man.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
for having
being
me,
here.
brother. Have a
Okay.
blessed day.
Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. Have a seat. Once again, this is Tony B, and this is Black Earth Day for Rainier Avenue Radio. This is the kickoff for us of our Earth Week that we call Earth Deserves More Than a Day. We have a whole week of events, panel discussions, films, field trips, performances, but we're excited to be here. Mother Nature was cooperative. We've got the sun, and we're here at Genesee Park celebrating the Urban League's presentation of Black Earth Day. Right now, I have somebody joining me that I'm going to get to know on the air. So let's start with this. Tell me your name and why you're here.
Yeah, hi, my name is Savannah Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a co-founder and director of programs of an organization called See Potential, where our mission is bridging
The organization is called
See Potential,
mm-hmm.
like SEA,
Mm-hmm.
and our mission is bridging generations to expand ocean justice and community. So
Wow.
we do a range of things from youth programming for youth of color to community events for people of color, and then industry consulting within the maritime space, and working on a maritime hiring platform to drop this year as well. But really
Wow.
just, illuminating opportunity in maritime careers. We mean maritime as anything connected to water, whether that's marine science or shipping, fishing, crane operating type of jobs. So happy to be here. Our planet is mostly water, right? So Earth Day, Blue Earth Day, it's the potential.
It showcases what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about environmentalism, environmental justice, and climate justice. It affects everything. It is everything.
Yeah.
How did you and what made you decide to say, okay, this is the lane or one of the lanes, I don't know all that you do,
Yeah.
that you're going to choose to amplify voices and to do what you can to create what I'm going to call equity in this thing that I'm calling environmental justice?
Yeah. So I early on had an interest in animals and the environment because I grew up with a lot of different animals. So from hermit crabs to peacocks, through my immediate family or my extended family, what I was raised around, and saw that each animal had its own unique soul and characteristics that made me want to learn more. And I started learning about the ocean through the school library in elementary school. Was set on it, ended up studying marine biology in college, but coming from a majority minoritized community, I grew up in the Skyway area, and going to Bellingham, Washington, a predominantly white institution, I faced quite a bit of imposter syndrome and started realizing, some of these interests that I felt were, my unique thing, made me special. I'm realizing now how it's really an issue of inequity. And I'm noticing people of color left out of community-based conversations and decisions, or politically, professionally missing from these spaces. I was only Black woman in my college marine biology courses, and biology in general. I didn't see a lot of people of color, period. So when I graduated, I connected with my co-founder, who's also my best friend, and she grew up South Carolina, North Carolina, kind of both equally, but she had similar experiences as a Black woman trying to get into marine science. So when the pandemic happened and the uprise of the Black Lives Matter movement happened after the murder of George Floyd, we just started really sitting thinking about, are we using our passions? How can we use our passions in a way that really serves community? And See Potential was kind of born out of that.
Wow, we're going to give you a contract to be part of Rainier Avenue Radio. That was amazing. Daniel, where's the contracts at? We got to sign it.
That's funny.
Connect, if you will, for someone, because you mentioned marine biology and the ocean and everything, and there are folks out there, unfortunately, who think of climate justice as icebergs melting in Norway. We know that it's a lot more than that. Make the connection for someone how they are impacted by the climate.
Yeah, all of us are impacted. I think I like that the shift is now climate change and not just global warming, because some people were really confused when it was just global warming. Why is it snowing more? Why is it raining more over here? It's not just about the planet getting warm in some areas. It's about these drastic fluctuations and a lot of different advice. We're losing the backdrop. But yeah, so this impacts when you're thinking of maritime spaces. It could be food sovereignty, the ability to be able to forage for fish, right? Or the health of our beaches. What are you finding and being able to get substance from? But yeah, I would say it's too much to really speak on because it's all interconnected. This planet is our home. And if it's negatively getting impacted, we're all getting impacted one way or another as well.
So tell me about Black Earth Day. This is the fifth year of Black Earth Day. Why is it important that we celebrate? Well, we celebrate Earth Day on April 22nd, but today specifically is Black Earth Day. Why is that significant and important?
Yeah, I think it goes partially back to what I was saying before about how the voices of Black people and people of color in general, but Black people have been missing from a lot of environmental justice movements or the decision maker type of conversations and actions. So I like that Black Earth Day really focuses on bringing us all together and highlighting the work that we're all doing. See potential. We started in December of 2020. And I believe we participated in the first Black Earth Day that the Urban League did back in 2022. So, yeah, we come every year. We like to just be out in community, share about the youth programs we have, share about the community events that we have, and yeah, just be here all together. It's good vibes. I've been dancing and singing all day, eating good food, learning a lot, connecting with a lot of amazing people, and excited to like just ideate and do more.
Yeah, and then watching the kids and adults roll around in the grass and dandelions.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful day. This is Black Earth Day. It's me, Tony B. This is for us is the kickoff of our Earth Week celebration that we call Earth Deserves More Than a Day. This is our fourth year of doing this. And so kicking it off today at Black Earth Day and having the opportunity to talk to folks like you and be here in this beautiful, incredible environment with all of the booths. And we've got ice cream and snow cones and food and information booths. And then on Monday, we start again. We have panel discussions and we're going to have a field trip on Monday. We're going to go to the Seattle Climate Innovation Hub and we're going to take 20 students with us to interact and learn more about what they do, how they function, and how they operate. And they're a group of investors and philanthropists, and there's so many different lanes to work in this. And then on Tuesday, along with panel discussions, we've got a broadcast by Philam Radio, which broadcasts in Tagalog, and we're going to be hearing from folks from all over the world on that show again. And then we're also going to go to the Duwamish Longhouse and Cultural Center, and we're going to be taking some community members there, and we're going to get to hear from the tribes, and then we'll have an eco tour where we'll walk on what's considered to be hallowed ground, and we'll learn more about the Duwamish tribe, how they were impacted by the industrialization that polluted the Duwamish River, which I mentioned is only 10 minutes from here, and the impact that had on not only the tribe, decimating the tribe, but on our community, and still does today. It's a super fun site. Then on Wednesday, and I'm going to see if I can get you to come down on Wednesday or participate somehow. We've got students from all across the state participating with us, having discussions about how they are impacted at their college or university in the region that they are in. By environmental or climate justice and what's happening there. Thursday is Film Day. We've got films from all over the world. Showing independent films that are documentaries, again, about environmental and climate justice. Friday, more panel discussions. And then we're going to wrap it up with a performance showcase where we have cultural groups who will be, through song and dance, performing traditional song and dance that have been in their cultures for decades, maybe even longer than that show their connection to the earth. So we're trying to do it big, you dig?
Yeah, this is a lot. It's exciting. I love it.
Earth deserves more than a day. I want to give you the opportunity for final words, anything that you would like to share with those who are listening only on the radio, and some of us are watching on social media outlets as well. First of all, thank you for what you are doing. and amplifying this urgent need, because I think we're at a pretty critical stage. I mentioned earlier, and I'm not going to drag you into political conversation, but we call it environmental justice. Some people just call it environmental racism. Some people call it just environmentalism. It depends. But I'm saying, as long as we agree that what's happening to the earth is unsustainable for us to be here, it's a big tent party. Let's all get down. So your own words, whatever you would like to say to those who are listening right now. The floor is yours.
Thank you for letting me speak today. And I fully agree with environmental justice. We use a term called ocean justice a lot at our own organization, which is specifically, talking about the water, the ocean aspect of that. But thanks for listening to me today. If you're interested at all in what we have to offer, youth programs, community events, maritime jobs, look for us at letsseepotential.com. Follow us on Instagram at see.potential. And we always love to connect and just be in community with folks. Water is our first home when you think about the womb. So we really promote heart-based connections and reciprocal relationships with water in our non-human community.
Now, for folks who say, I want to be involved, I want to get engaged, can they do that through you? Do you have ways for folks who want to participate, find out more information, find out more about what you do? Give us that info.
Yeah, definitely through that website, letsseepotential.com, or through our Instagram, see.potential. That's SEA. Making a little pun there. But we offer paid mentor positions for community members 21 and up that identify as BIPOC to join youth programs and be mentors to students. We're currently hiring for a youth program manager. What else? We do bi-monthly community events where we do anything from squid jigging, nighttime tide pooling, aquarium behind the scenes tours, sailing, you name it. We just do all things related to water. So tap in. If you have an idea of something you want to do or see done, let us know so we can try to make that happen.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Show
me your shirt. Show me. See Potential, SEA Potential. Awesome. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being here. Hang on a minute. Let's go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back. We'll talk with more folks. I might actually get Mark Bryant to come over here for a second and talk about Fitness Corner. We're going to talk to some other folks here who are, again, vested in environmental justice, climate justice, who are here at Earth Day, Black Earth Day, celebrating. And like I mentioned, Mother Nature smiled on us and said, "Oh, this is what's going on today. Well, let me put some sunshine on you so you can rub it all over your face and get some vitamin D all over your body, and even wear short sleeves today so you can get some vitamin D." And I see another shirt like my shirt. This beautiful. Look at this incredible design. I want to get the artist over here so we can talk about this incredible design that we've got going on. We're going to go to break right now, and we'll be back with more from Black Earth Day on Rainier Avenue Radio with me, Tony B. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
How does generational wealth play into my family, my family's history, my children? What am I doing for my children to perhaps build them more wealth? I think it goes both ways, because for many immigrant families who are laboring constantly to live, your children are raised a certain way. Your children adopt certain values, which then will become their life and how they live it. When I see folks that perhaps have copious generational wealth, I see a whole different mindset, different ways of treating people. And I see it in my own children too. I feel like a lot of those values, in a lot of ways, begin to get lost when you don't have to work so hard to
This
live.
campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
We must all remain committed to slow the spread of coronavirus, taking care of ourselves and not putting others in harm's way, especially those already at higher risk of getting seriously ill, including people over 65 or those with underlying medical conditions. If you must be out, avoid crowded areas, stay 6 feet or 2 arm lengths away from others, and wear a face covering. Wash hands frequently with soap and water for 20 seconds, especially after being in public spaces. Avoid touching your face, cough or sneeze in a tissue, then throw it away. Disinfect frequently touched objects. And if you have symptoms of fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath, call your healthcare provider before going to their office. Slowing coronavirus means taking care of ourselves while also protecting others. Even if you're not at high risk, these steps should be taken to help slow the spread of coronavirus. We are all in this together.
Một thông điệp chính thức từ Medicare với luật mới, quý vị có thể tiết kiệm được nhiều tiền hơn đối với các chi phí thuốc kê toa. Xem liệu quý vị có họ đủ điều kiện nhận trợ giúp bổ sung Extra Help của Medicare hay không. Quý vị nên tìm hiểu chương trình này. Truy cập ssa.gov/extrahelp. Chi phí được Bộ Y tế và các dịch vụ nhân sinh Hoa Kỳ trả.
Ladies and gentlemen. Speak up Seattle. We are Rainier Avenue Radio.world, the station that cares.
Don't ever forget. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is having financial security and not having to worry about it for yourself, your immediate family, and future generations. It's a very elusive idea to me personally, because it's not something in my immediate experience, and it's only something that I'm learning about a little bit more in theory and knowing or trying to know if that's like a real possibility for someone like me.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
Yo, Rainier Avenue Radio. With Seattle's best music, talk, and sports station.
Mga kaibigan, ito po si Kuya Bert Kawili.
And this is Miles Salvador from Australia.
And I'm Norb Kawili, also known as Norbcam.
Kung gusto niyo po ang latest news and events from the Philippines at the local Filipino community, Phil Radio po.
We play Filipino music and interview guests from all around the world.
And I'll keep you updated on the latest Seahawks and sports news.
Kaya always tune in Phil Radio every Tuesday, 1 to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
And in YouTube and Facebook. Salamat po.
A teacher who hurt their back and got prescribed opioids. A daughter trying to cope with a loss in the family. A friend silently struggling, thinking they'll be a burden if they ask for help. People with addiction come from all walks of life. And the truth is they stand a better chance at recovery with our support. Reaching out and sharing local resources can make all the difference. Don't count them out. More people recover with support. Find more ways to help at supportaddictionrecovery.com. That's supportaddictionrecovery.com.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio,
your community radio station.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is knowledge, whether knowing how to heal yourself from plants, knowing how to stretch your body right, and knowing what to do when you need to take time or space to get to know yourself and to grow as a person. And knowledge is something that can be passed down from your abuelitas to your mom and just to all the knowledgeable, powerful women in my lineage, at least.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
Calling all entrepreneurs. Evergreen BizLink is your hub for business technical assistance, tools, and financing 24/7. At the heart of Evergreen BizLink is a free resource navigator connecting you to over 130 nonprofit partners all across Washington state. Evergreen BizLink is a powerful network of business partners ready to support you and your business. Visit www.evergreenbizlink.com, empowering businesses to succeed.
This is an important message about coronavirus. With coronavirus still spreading, those who are most likely to get seriously ill must take extra precautions. You are at a higher risk for getting seriously ill if you are over 65 or if you have any serious underlying medical conditions like heart disease, chronic lung disease like asthma, diabetes, or if you're undergoing cancer treatment. If you're at a higher risk for getting seriously ill, it's essential you take extra care to protect yourself. Stay home, avoid close contact with others, wash your hands frequently with soap and water for 20 seconds, disinfect frequently touched objects like doorknobs and light switches. The choices you make are critical, and their impact is significant.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is incredibly difficult to accrue. My mom likes to joke that we come from a long line of people who are bad at money. She always talks about wanting to buy a house so that she has something to leave her kids. I got really sick when I was a kid, and all our money went towards that. I had to leave college because I couldn't afford my next year's tuition, medical bills, and life. It is also difficult. And then you think about wanting to leave something behind for your kids. Well, how can you leave something behind for your kids when every day you're trying to make sure that your kids have joy and happiness and health and fulfillment today? Every day I'm really concerned about if I'll be able to keep living and making art in this city for myself.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to
We
say.
see lots of people who've gotten rich quickly and gotten poor just as quickly and left nothing to their families and or the community. That's a big chunk of the piece that needs to change. We need to see people making their investment in their families and in themselves and in the community. We want to build all three of those elements. We want to establish long-lasting family and community wealth, not just people who've gotten rich and squandered it. Those who have wealth will be opposed to our breaking the status quo, so this will be a struggle. All those folks are used to how things have been for hundreds of years, and that's the piece that needs to change, and they need to be able to stand by.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Fellas, your mental health matters, and it's time we talked about it. Join us every Monday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time on Rainier Avenue Radio for the Men's Mental Health Show. Real conversations, real stories, real tools to help you navigate life's challenges with strength and honesty. Whether you're tuning in from the car, the gym, or your couch, this is your space to breathe, learn, and grow. That's Mondays at 5:30 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio, where men's voices and men's wellness take center stage.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not explaining to my intern exactly what R&B is, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
To me, generational wealth means access to joy. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of things that make it easier. I find that when your basic needs are met, it's a lot easier to work on other things. Like even for myself as an artist, like I'm not the best creative, I'm not the best artist, but my basic needs aren't being met. And not having to worry about that for yourself, but also for the people closest to you, like your loved ones. To me, that's the beauty of generational wealth. To me, generational wealth is community. It's being able to talk to people and figure out what they need and help them. I feel like especially in Seattle.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. This April, the Earth isn't asking for just one day. It's calling for a move. Join Rainier Avenue Radio for the 2026 Environmental and Climate Justice Summit. A full week of inspiration, education, and action. April 18th through the 24th. Powered by the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle and sponsored by King County Park, this is more than an event. It's a community experience. Tune in for live broadcasts featuring critical conversations on climate justice, engaging panel discussions, and powerful lectures. Independent films that challenge and inspire, and vibrant multicultural performances with traditional dance and songs that honor our connection to the earth. This year, we're uplifting the voices of tomorrow with youth perspectives front and center, sharing what climate justice means to their future. Plus, don't miss our free community field trip. Explore culture and sustainability at the Duwamish Longhouse and Cultural Center and discover innovation in action at the Seattle Climate Innovation Hub. It all kicks off Saturday, April 18th, noon to 2 with a live broadcast from the Urban League's Black Earth Day celebration. The Earth deserves more than a day. It deserves our voices, our action, and our commitment. Join us April 18th through the 24th, streaming live on Rainier Avenue Radio. Be informed, be inspired, be part of the change.
1, 2, get down!
What's up, big and little homies? This is Masvita Maraire, host of Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your one-stop shop for Seattle sports. We cover preps, we cover college, we cover pro, we cover it all. Huskies, Mariners, Seahawks, Garfield, South, Roosevelt, Metro, King County. This is where you want to listen to for all the sports that's happening in Seattle. Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
See a bad
Welcome to the Fitness Corner. I'm your host, Mark Bryant, and you're going to get a whole total body workout on my show, starting off with a warm-up, aerobics, strength training, cool down, and stretching every Friday from 11:30 to 12 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
My name is BK, International Talent Scout. I'm bringing a brand new show to you called BK Presents. 30 minutes, non-stop, your favorite in gospel music. Studio session, going deep into interviews with your favorite artists, producers, and their engineers. You and your concert previews and concert reviews. Get it all on BKPresents.com. Here we go.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world is your 24/7 digital media hub. Tune in at Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and TuneIn apps.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
When I think about generational wealth, I think about history. I think about the history of exploitation, of what led us to today. Some people live a certain socioeconomic way, and the majority does not get to live in that same way. Perhaps they don't want to live that way. I don't know.
Generational wealth has some really strong positives and some really strong negatives. At its best, it's ways that communities can grow, find security for themselves. It's a way to make sure that your children and their children and each generation thereafter has opportunities to find joy and growth and make a difference in the world.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Black generational wealth. For a long time, that's been a dream that needs to see reality. For hundreds of years, Black people have been in the United States and have suffered for it. We built this country, but have not yet really seen the dream come alive and what that means for Black people and people of color. This is going to take some time and some work and a lot of sacrifice. So people of color have always done that. And so it won't be any different. You don't need to do it alone, and you don't need to do it alone, because this is a community work project. It's going to take some rigor. It'll take a change in mindset for individuals and the community and the nation at large. This won't be simple, but that's okay. Nothing that's good or worthwhile is ever really simple.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to
Generational
say.
wealth, as of right now, it feels very inequitable given the identities that you have versus if you are a person of color or not. To me, for this generation, I'm going to have to work really, really hard for intergenerational wealth to develop, especially with the economic system that Seattle's in right now, more than ever.
Hey, this is Charles Jeffries, Professor Charles Jeffries of Rainier Avenue Radio. And I have a regular podcast one called Aristotle the Plagiarist. It comes on Tuesdays from 11:30. I'm going to start doing it more consistent later on. But this Earth Day, I'm going to be speaking on this Friday on Earth Deserves More Than a Day. And this is amazing right here. This is a really neat event. Okay, my son's part of the Urban League. He's also helped coordinate. I thank Daniel for working with me and doing all the computer work. And I was just reading this one article that's on one of the tables here about the Duwamish, how the Duwamish River works. In other words, how pollution goes in, and the fish get it, and when the fish get it, basically it goes to dolphins and other animals, sea animals eat it like orcas, and as a result, the pollution goes down. Think about plastics. Okay, we start thinking about how plastics are influenced by there. Now, even the fish have different plastics in them. Okay, it's toxic. So the environment's can be very toxic at the same time. We have potential to maybe not necessarily end global warming, but just slow it down. Okay, and a lot of ways you can do that. This organization, this particular event, is a perfect time to make people's awareness of it. I'm really impressed with the turnout. I always think about water, drinkable water. And that's a major issue in a lot of your third world developing countries. But the thing is, this drinkable water is also an issue in our Western society, Flint, Michigan, and Charleston, West Virginia, where people water is not very good. Not only that, they're getting birth defects from it and different diseases and stuff. But anyway, that's all I have to say now, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again on Friday, 24th. All right, talk to you later. Thanks, Dan. That was fun.
It sucks. It don't sound good so far. Can't see myself. All right. What's going on? Oh, you want to put that one on? Huh? Hey, is these waters open, man? I'll take a water. Yeah. Okay. You hear me? We good? What's going on, people? Beautiful day out here in the park. Really nice. A lot of things going on. Good music. A lot of booths out here, people, etc. Awesome job. We have some food trucks out here. That's going very well. What else is happening, Daniel? Talk to me here. Come on, Daniel. Daniel won't leave me hanging. What we got here? I got to do this by myself. Earth Week, right? Oh. Earth Week here. Lots happening, people, man. So come on down here and enjoy us, man, right here. Enjoy us. Lots happening April 18th right now, all the way to the 24th. April 18th to the 24th. A lot's going on for the whole week, but right now, we are here celebrating Earth Deserves More Than a Day. And again, if you come on down, you get to hear some good music. You get to enjoy some good food. And just hang out with the people on a bright, sunshiny day. That's what's happening right now, all right? And I'm enjoying myself walking around, chilling. No fitness today, as I'm the host of the Fitness Corner. But I am off, so I'm just enjoying what's happening out here. And that is it. So Dang, what's this? Rainier, what, Playfield? Genesee Playfield. So if you're nearby, come on down to Genesee Playfield and enjoy what's happening here. Earth deserves more than a day. Come on down. Lots to see, lots to do. And just come hang out. All right. Awesome. That's what I'm here doing right now. And how long are we going to be here for? Do you know? We're gonna be here for a while, folks. So come on down and enjoy yourself and have some fun. That's what's happening right here. All right, that's what's up. Go check out the mini booths we have out too. We got a lot of booths out here. So come on, check them out and see what they have to offer. So that is it. That's all I want to say. I'm gonna get off here and enjoy myself. Daniel, you enjoying yourself? Daniel's really enjoying himself. He's absolutely excited. Especially now he had that delicious food. He's really excited now. Aren't you? Of course he is. He's got thumbs up. That means he's really excited. So that's good. I'm going to let Daniel take care of business. We have a lot of flyers out here. So if you come down to Genesee Park, pick up a couple of flyers and pass them out. Got a whole week worth of events going on. Earth deserves more than a day. So come on down over here to the Rainier Avenue Radio booth. You'll see the sign. And pick some flyers up, man, and pass them out. And let the people know what's going on. Let the people know what's going on. This is your Earth, so let's make the best of it. You know why? Because Earth deserves more than a day. With that said, I'm out.
Welcome to the Fitness Corner. I'm your host, Mark Bryant, and you're going to get a whole total body workout on my show, starting off with a warm-up, aerobics, strength training, cool down, and stretching every Friday from 11:30 to 12 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
A teacher who hurt their back and got prescribed opioids. A daughter trying to cope with a loss in the family. A friend silently struggling, thinking they'll be a burden if they ask for help. People with addiction come from all walks of life, and the truth is they stand a better chance at recovery with our support. Reaching out and sharing local resources can make all the difference. Don't count them out. More people recover with support. Find more ways to help at supportaddictionrecovery.com. That's supportaddictionrecovery.com.
Hi, I'm Paul Pearson of StarTime. Did you know that back in the 9th century, Rainier Avenue Radio was the host of the first annual Gregorian chant-off? Man, that was tight. Well, times have changed and so have we. Now you can hear all the great Rainier Avenue Radio shows on our mobile app for Android and iPhone. It's completely free on the Google Play Store and the iPhone App Store. The Rainier Avenue Radio app.
This is a Rainier Avenue Radio message on fentanyl awareness in our communities.
Talk about awareness, drug user awareness, to talk about how to use Narcan, to do that kind of education on the street for people to make sure that they have it available. These folks are our neighbors, they're our community members, they're our families. Folks who start out for any given reason, and there are countless different reasons why people end up living outside, but it's part of the community and the culture. If they didn't start out using substances, they end up using substances. If they've stayed outside for any length of time, they will end up with chronic medical conditions. Costs that it ends up creating for the community, for people to be in and out of the emergency room.
This has been a Rainier Avenue Radio message on fentanyl in our communities.
Hey, Buford, why are you kicking that old CD player?
Because I can't hear the radio.
Can't hear the radio? Let me help you. Hey, you two, quit beating up that outdated audio equipment. You can't hear the radio on a CD player.
You can.
No, you can't, you adorable simpletons. But you can hear some great radio on the Rainier Avenue Radio app. It's brand new, it's free, and it's available for Android and iPhone. In fact, You can download the Rainier Avenue Radio app right now from the Google Play Store or the iPhone App Store.
I'm going to go get me a smartphone right now. I'm just going to put a graduation cap on my rotary phone.
You two have very significant personal issues. Get the Rainier Avenue Radio.world app today.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
For me, generational wealth is passed down knowledge from relatives or any family members, or even like any ancestral people that have come before you, that is, used to help you progress in the times that you're living in. So I think it is very updated, it's very current, it is existing in real time. So any type of knowledge or resources from people who are here living now, being able to provide that information and pass it down from generation to generation, and how you maintain the wealth. That's what it means to me.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
Một thông điệp chính thức từ Medicare, một luật mới đang giúp mọi người tiết kiệm nhiều tiền hơn đối với các chi phí thuốc kê toa. Quý vị cũng có thể tiết kiệm được tiền với chương trình trợ giúp bổ sung Extra Help của Medicare. Số tiền lệ phí bảo hiểm của quý vị bằng không và chi phí tự chi trả của quý vị thấp, ai cần nộp đơn. Những người độc thân kiếm được ít hơn $23,000 một năm, hoặc những cặp vợ chồng đã kết hôn kiếm được ít hơn $31,000 một năm. Ngay cả khi quý vị không nghĩ mình hội đủ điều kiện, quý vị vẫn nên tìm hiểu chương trình này. Truy cập ssa.gov/extrahelp, chi phí được Bộ Y tế và các dịch vụ nhân sinh Hoa Kỳ trả.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth, it's this idea of like hard work that gets carried on that had been executed from ancestors, and so the generations down the line are a bit more set up already, like in a very favorable position financially to succeed. And it kind of makes me think of like privilege a lot, because when I think about stuff like gentrification or people with privilege or in a more privileged position in like the current society as it is right now, I think of this idea that they probably had this generational wealth.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time, and this is my real voice. Honest, you're hearing it on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Should have told her you were sorry.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
When I think about generational wealth, I think about history. I think about the history of exploitation, of what led us to today. Some people live a certain socioeconomic way, and the majority does not get to live in that same way. Perhaps they don't want to live that way. I don't know.
Generational wealth has some really strong positives and some really strong negatives. At its best, it's ways that communities can grow, find security for themselves. It's a way to make sure that your children and their children and each generation thereafter has opportunities to find joy and growth and make a difference in the world.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
To me, generational wealth means access to joy. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of things that make it easier. I find that when your basic needs are met, it's a lot easier to work on other things. Like even for myself as an artist, like I'm not the best creative, I'm not the best artist when my basic needs aren't being met, and not having to worry about that for yourself, but also for the people closest to you, like your loved ones. To me, that's the beauty of generational wealth. To me, generational wealth is community. It's being able to talk to people and figure out what they need and help them. I feel like especially in Seattle.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
1, 2, get down! What's up, big and little homies? This is Masvita Maraire, host of Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your one-stop shop for Seattle sports. We cover preps, we cover college, we cover pro, we cover it all. Huskies, Mariners, Seahawks, Garfield, South, Roosevelt, Metro, King County. This is where you want to listen to for all the sports that's happening in Seattle. Seattle Sports Weekly on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth to me is setting up a safety net for the future, not only for yourself, but for the generations to come. To not have the future generations, maybe in your own family, to have to go through the same trials that you had to go through. Maybe if you went through something hard when you were younger, maybe being poor, being middle class, or not having the money to have access to the things that other people around you do. It's setting up that safety net so that not only you, maybe later in your life, but also your kids, their kids, can end up having the luxuries that you would have wanted when you were young.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Don't forget to log on www.RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to
You
say.
see lots of people who've gotten rich quickly and gotten poor just as quickly and left nothing to their families and or the community. That's a big chunk of the piece that needs to change. We need to see people making their investment in their families and in themselves and in the community. We want to build all three of those elements. We want to establish long-lasting family and community wealth, not just people who've gotten rich and squandered it. Those who have wealth will be opposed to our breaking the status quo, so this will be a struggle. All those folks are used to how things have been for hundreds of years, and that's the piece that needs to change. And they need to be able to stand by.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
The wellspring of life brings to you freedom, life, peace, joy, breakthroughs, miracles, salvation, hope, and much more. The life that Jesus Christ brings to humanity. Listen to Rainier Avenue Radio every Friday at 1 p.m. with Pastor Johnny Goroya.
Fellas, your mental health matters, and it's time we talked about it. Join us every Monday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time on Rainier Avenue Radio for the Men's Mental Health Show. Real conversations, real stories, real tools to help you navigate life's challenges with strength and honesty. Whether you're tuning in from the car, the gym, or your couch, this is your space to breathe, learn, and grow. That's Mondays at 5:30 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio, where men's voices and men's wellness take center stage.
Happy Hump Day. We're excited that you decided to join us for the party. Fresh Juice is live Wednesday night, 9 to 11 p.m. Pacific time on Seattle's Rainier Avenue Radio with the Juice Pack, including me, Superstar TK, Einstein's Patron, and D-Money. We're going to chop it up with some cool people, play some really dope new hip-hop and R&B music, music, some games, and maybe even a live performance. Lock us in right now on Fresh Juice YouTube page at youtube.com/@Fresh Juice Media, or subscribe to us on Spotify or Apple Music. Fresh Juice.
Applications are now open for the home repair program, offering up to $10,000 in free home repairs for income-eligible households. Priority is given to neighborhoods at risk of displacement. This program is made possible through a partnership between Rebuilding Together Seattle and the Central Area Collaborative, helping expand eligibility and reach more families. Don't wait. Take the first step today. To learn more, email outreach at nhconsultants.com or call 206-373-1022. That's outreach at nhconsultants.com or 206-373-1022.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Queen Bree, inviting you to come join me on Clean Greens Living. Broadcasted Tuesdays, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. On Clean Greens Living, we talk farming, community, and ways to being healthy. So come join me and let's discuss ways to create a healthier you and a healthier community.
You know you can't get enough of Rainier Avenue Radio. .world.
We must all remain committed to slow the spread of coronavirus, taking care of ourselves and not putting others in harm's way, especially those already at higher risk of getting seriously ill, including people over 65 or those with underlying medical conditions. If you must be out, avoid crowded areas, stay 6 feet or 2 arm lengths away from others, and wear a face covering. Wash hands frequently with soap and water for 20 seconds, especially after being in public spaces. Avoid touching your face, cough or sneeze in a tissue, then throw it away. Disinfect frequently touched objects. And if you have symptoms of fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath, call your healthcare provider before going to their office. Slowing coronavirus means taking care of ourselves while also protecting others. Even if you're not at high risk, these steps should be taken to help slow the spread of coronavirus. We are all in this together.
A new law is helping people save more money on prescription drug costs. You may also be able to save with Medicare's Extra Help program. Your premium costs can be zero and your out-of-pocket expenses are low. Who should apply? Single individuals earning less than $23,000 a year or married couples earning less than $31,000 a year. Even if you don't think you qualify, you should still check out this program. Visit ssa.gov/extrahelp. Medicare costs are covered by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Do you want to reach out to the Vietnamese community in Seattle? Just advertise in Người Việt Tây Bắc, that is Northwest Vietnamese News, the longest running Vietnamese language newspaper in our region. Go to nvnorthwest.com.
This is Mondo Bancaro for Mondo's World. We will be discussing some interesting subjects. Sometimes I might even have some guests. So please listen to my show on Rainier Avenue Radio.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit kingcounty.gov.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth is having financial security and not having to worry about it for yourself, your immediate family, and future generations. It's a very elusive idea to me personally, because it's not something in my immediate experience, and it's only something that I'm learning about a little bit more in theory and knowing or trying to know if that's like a real possibility for someone like me.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Create your generational wealth for you and the future of your families.
Hi, I'm Paul Pearson of StarTime. Did you know that back in the 1930s, Rainier Avenue Radio operated out of a supply closet in the Columbia City Sea First Bank? Well, times have changed and so have we. Now you can hear all the great Rainier Avenue Radio shows on our mobile app. for Android and iPhone. It's completely free on the Google Play Store and the iPhone App Store. The Rainier Avenue Radio app.
Join us this Tuesday on Real Estate and Money, brought to you by Rainier Avenue World. Tuesday at 2:30 in Seattle or in Denver at 3:30. Join our hosts, Violetta Strash and Tina Lombard, as we bring to you all things current real estate and money.
Hello, I'm Tony Young, and every week I will be your guide to the music of the Fab Four with my show With the Beatles. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, those four lads from Liverpool. First airings are Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. with repeats on Thursdays and Saturdays from 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Tune in to catch Beatlemania.
This is a Rainier Avenue Radio message on fentanyl awareness in our communities.
How do we get community members connected to training with CPR and test strips and that education in our communities? How do we make sure that community is able to get the resources they need? So the city has a lot of investments. You'll see that the Orca Center and the Morrison Hotel are becoming online soon. For people who do experience overdose, there is a place for them to go to in downtown Seattle. The Otter just released a report on suggestions that the city can do, and we are reading and taking all the suggestions and looking at ways we can implement these. But I believe it's the city, the county also has crisis centers that will be coming online.
This has been a Rainier Avenue Radio message on fentanyl in our communities.
This is an important message about coronavirus. With coronavirus still spreading, those who are most likely to get seriously ill must take extra precautions. You are at a higher risk for getting seriously ill if you are over 65 or if you have any serious underlying medical conditions like heart disease, chronic lung disease like asthma, diabetes, or if you're undergoing cancer treatment. If you're at a higher risk for getting seriously ill, it's essential you take extra care to protect yourself. Stay home, avoid close contact with others, wash your hands frequently with soap and water for 20 seconds, disinfect frequently touched objects like doorknobs and light switches. The choices you make are critical, and their impact is significant.
My name is BK, International Talent Scout. I'm bringing a brand new show to you called BK Presents. 30 minutes, non-stop, your favorite in gospel music. The studio session, going deep into interviews with your favorite artists, producers, and their engineers. You and your music. Concert previews and concert reviews. Get it all on bkpresents.com. Here we go.
Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Generational wealth to me is wealth that has been accumulated from their ancestors, but their ancestors are usually the ones that aren't the ones that built it, but built off of POC ancestors in my own definition from what I see. Because not many POC people have that type of wealth, as you can see in many people's neighborhoods and communities. It's usually a white person. You can see it in gentrification around us and even in schools nowadays. But generational wealth is basically hard work that isn't really your own hard work.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhoods Generational Wealth Initiative, Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Greetings.
Hold on a second. Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Opioids, a daughter trying to cope with a loss in the family.
A friend silently struggling, thinking they'll be a burden if they ask for help. People with addiction come from all walks of life, and the truth is they stand a better chance at recovery with our support. Reaching out and sharing local resources can make all the difference. Don't count them out. More people recover with support. Find more ways to help at supportaddictionrecovery.com. That's supportaddictionrecovery.com.
Welcome back to Rainier Avenue Radio as we begin to wrap it up here from Black Earth Day, presented by the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle. It's me, Tony B. We are live, and I just had something delicious from Rain City Ice. And I asked him to come over here and tell me about it. And who am I speaking with?
Man, I'm Sam Jefferson. I'm the owner and operator of Rainy City Ice. Local kid, you know.
All right. Well, man, thank you for being here at Black Earth Day.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with that. Is there a special significance for you to be here at Black Earth Day today? I mean, I'm going to talk about Rainy City Ice and the delicious stuff that you have as well. But you're here. It's Black Earth Day. The weather's nice. We've got folks learning more about their environment and people rolling around in the grass and dandelions.
Absolutely. It's important to me, man. For one, not only did I play football right there and a whole bunch of other stuff and grew up over the hill, to see, you know, the community highlighting, you know, Black Earth and people trying to get healthy and more awareness of, you know, nature and, you know, just being a part of the community. So for me, it's all relative. You know, this is where I started, and so I'm happy to just come back and see the growth and see what's going on around here.
Yeah, well, I got to give you props for playing for Rainier. I'm a Rainier.
Come on, baby. Come on, man.
Probably a few more years than you, but you kept the Rainier tradition going.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this, man. For you, what made you and led you to starting your own business, Rainy City? Well, let's first talk about Rainy City Ice and what it is, so folks know what I wish I had one here so I could show folks what I. Well, let's talk about Rainy City Ice and what it is.
Rainy City is we specialize in customizable shaped ice cups and bowls. We do parties, events, weddings, and the main thing is you know, we want to provide a good drink and flavors and all that, but at the end of the day, it's about providing a good experience too. You know, making sure every child or every customer, they leave with that smile and something memorable, you know, and make them want to do it again, you know. And as far as what got me started, it honestly fell in my lap, man. I think it was just an opportunity that I think it was preparation and opportunity just met. You know what I mean? I was actually blessed with this business. Shout out to Mr. Aris. He was looking he had started a business and he wanted to like gift it to a organization that I'm a part of, which is Urban Impact. And he wanted to gift the business. And so it was the contingency was as long as we basically we had to operate the business for the full summer. And if we, you know, met his likings, he was gonna pass on the business. And like I said, it kind of just fell in my lap, man. And I've been doing it for 5 years now, and now I'm the rightful owner of Rainy City Ice.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So it was a blessing, man. Like I didn't ask for. I had no intention of this being what I was gonna be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so just one of them things, man. And I'm grateful.
Well, it's also cool in this particular instance, and I'm sure you do this because it also presents you an opportunity to engage and be part of the community.
Absolutely. Yeah, this community that gave me everything, you know, like I said, I'm from right here, you know what I mean? So it means a lot to me. And then to be able to just interact and see, like I said, all these people and stuff that I grew up with and know and got some type of interaction with, it's a blessing, man. I wouldn't change it for nothing, honestly.
If folks want to get in touch with Rainy City Ice, maybe they want you to come to their event or something like that. Is there a website or social media? How do folks get in touch with you?
Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's Rainy City Ice, both platforms. Email rainycityice206@gmail.com. And I'm available. Like I said, my biggest goal is to bring this experience to people who don't think it's possible. You know what I mean? I'm available. So, and the one thing that I try to pride myself on is making sure that we don't let a couple of dollars stop us from whatever the event is that you're trying to have. I'm workable, I'm negotiable, and the main thing is just to make sure that we make the event happen. So.
All right. One more again, that information about how folks can get in touch with you. And then I'm going to give you the opportunity for final words here.
Absolutely.
Just to say whatever you'd like to for those listening to us over on the radio. And we also have folks watching us on social media.
For sure. Again, Facebook and Instagram is Rainy City Ice. Email rainycityice206@gmail. Book me up. We're available. We're booking up fast though, so make sure you tap in, message me, inbox me. My information is on both of those apps as far as phone numbers and how to get in contact with me. And man, let's do it. I'm here for y'all, man. So however you need me, just reach out, and I'm available. Let's make it happen.
So you see, right now I'm eating a delicious popsicle from Mom Pops. But I'm gonna end the day with another Rainy City Ice.
I'm about to send him home. I'm about to send him home with one of them double deckers, man. He won't be upset, And man, I got flavors. Just know. And so we here for y'all, man. Like I said, however we can support and be embedded in the community. We here. We at all the events, wherever there's us, we gonna be there.
All right. Well, I'm definitely gonna be calling you.
Appreciate you, baby.
Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for being here.
I'm gonna go make that drink for you too.
I'm gonna be right over there to grab it too.
For sure. You want one, bro? I got you. All right. Thanks for your time too. All right, baby.
Rainier Avenue Radio, another former Rainier Playfield football legend.
Hello.
Here, you know how we get down.
You heard him. He said legend. I didn't say it, but I take it. You feel me? For sure. Peace.
Yes, sir. It's me, Tony B. We've been here at Earth Day celebrating and having a good time and having fun. We actually went a little overtime, but you can see why. It's just been a pleasant day, a beautiful day, and a lot of fun down here. Mr. Daniel Bellis, a.k.a. D Money, here with me. That's it. That's about all the time that we have. I'm going to remind you again of Earth Deserves More Than a Day. Starting on Monday, we'll have panel discussions, workshops, films, field trips. We've got a field trip on Monday. It's still not too late for you to sign up for that. We're going to the Seattle Climate Innovation Hub downtown. We provide transportation leaving from Columbia City. Go to the website at earthdeservesmorethanAday.org for more information. Lunch will be provided as well. Then the next day, more panels, more workshops, more information, another field trip, this time to the Duwamish Longhouse and Cultural Center, followed by an eco tour with a walk on hallowed ground for the Duwamish River. Wednesday, we've got students participating. We've got other panel discussions. Thursday is film day. We got films from all over the world, documentary films on climate justice and environmental justice. Friday, more panels, lectures, workshops, and ending it up with performances in our closing ceremonies. Our performances will be cultural, multicultural groups performing song and dance that has to do with their ancestral connection traditionally to the earth. So just a big week of Earth Deserves More Than a Day. Special shout out to Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle for powering this event, and of course King County Parks as a sponsor as well. That's going to do it for the kid. It's me, Tony B, on behalf of everyone here at Black Earth Day. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you cannot, you're probably right. I'm out. Peace.